day of being a homeowner or something. I think it's day 14, but I was at VidCon for the last 6 days, so I don't know. Here's a clip from VidCon. The audio is really bad, but what I'm saying is I fixed drywall and I talk about hate speech. And the whole time I was gone, I kept thinking about my fucking gutters. So when I finally got home, boy, was I happy I got to get my hands dirty again. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love being a content creator, but I've been waiting my entire life to have a house. And this makes me too fucking excited. There's something so truly beautiful and remarkable about being on top of your roof and knowing that you can just be yourself. Sometimes I want to roll. Sometimes I want a backpack. And sometimes I want a bone. There's a tree growing on my roof. Dude, I don't think this is supposed to happen. Everything's a hammer. That was day 14. Tune in tomorrow when we do more stuff or something. It takes a lot longer than the shot's supposed to. I did it. So the gas company had to come today and turn off all the gas to my house, and now I got to get yet another contractor to come out to fix it before I can turn it back on. Welcome to day 15 of being a homeowner. Oh God, this sucks. And yeah, that was a professional saying this sucks because there isn't a unit on this, so you can't isolate the gas and do this easily. It's tricky. There is some positive though, because we checked everything else and nothing else was leaking, so it's just this one location. Now, I know I could fix this gas leak. I know that I could do this, but here's the problem. Everything in this house was cobbled together, and I don't want it to be continuously cobbled together. I want people to come in and do it exactly the way that it needs to be done so we can write the ship. Now, don't get me wrong. I know I'm absolutely lucky to have a house, and I'm so grateful for that, but I had to jump through hoops to get this house, and I had to waive a home inspection to even have a shot at this house. So I'm a little bit pissed off right now. But on a complete side note, I also had time to cut the grass today, so I guess that was positive. And I know this is just a moment in time. I know so many of you are going to watch this video and be like, Mercury, take a deep breath. Honey, I am a professional. I know more than most people who have a home for the first time what it takes. But here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people who get a home for the first time who don't know any of this stuff, and they feel way more lost than I do. So if you're watching this video and you're one of those people, hey, my heart goes out to you. You're not alone. I send you all my love. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't hate the previous owner. I really don't. I know so many people think I should. I don't hate them for covering up the hardwood floor with carpet. I don't hate them from not knowing they had a gas leak. God, this sucks. I don't hate them for having asbestos in a basement, or a roof that's in shambles, or gutters that are falling apart, or an air conditioner that does not work. Previous owner died of cancer in the late 70s after battling it for 2 years. They had other priorities. I built an entire platform built on the idea that I'm helping strangers with their home because the system failed them. Who am I to now feel differently and change my values, all because it's affected me directly? Yes, I'm frustrated, but I'm not mad at the previous owner. I'm frustrated by the system that's failed so many people. Just like it's failing all the people who are in Gaza right now. And yeah, this video is about that. On 4th of July, who would have thought? If you want to help right now, you can by supporting the Gaza Food Program or the Cairo and Gaza Mutual Aid Fund. Because at the end of the day, planet Earth is just one big house, and we're all just a bunch of roommates who have to work together to solve the problems that are right in front of us. Because if we don't, all we're doing is passing the buck to the next person who moves in. And we don't want to be them. We're going to try the best we can to fix what we can while we're here. See you tomorrow. Today, we're troll hunting. We're also taking all this apart because it's on top of asbestos and we're getting that removed. Now, I don't abide by patriarchal bull crappery, but because the trolls do, I'm going to embrace it for one video and one video only to prove a point. They use masculine language in order to put me down, and it's like, yeah, I could beat your ass if I was still getting paid to do stuff like that. These are the same men who are like, you're so disgusting, you're a freak, who would want to be with you? I'm not for you. I'm not for you. I'm not for you. I'm a T for T kind of girly. I want to be with someone who understands my emotions, understands how I walk through the world, and really knows how to the shit out of me. You don't even know how to bone the one gender that you're attracted to, so why would I want to be with you? None of those jokes seem funny to you. That's exactly how your jokes sound to me. Truth is, those jokes don't really do anything. All it does is make yourself feel better for about 1 second until you start scrolling again. At one point in time, trolling made you feel something. It gave you a rise, but now it doesn't even do that. But you keep doing it because you built a community around it. So now you feel like you have to keep doing it, even though it doesn't make you feel anything anymore. And if you stop, you fear that you won't have anybody because you spent all this time connecting with people who don't even care about you. Or I could be absolutely wrong and you could be perfectly fine. And that's actually even sadder. See you tomorrow. Day 18 of being a homeowner, and let's talk about asbestos. This is 9x9 tile, and 99% of the time, that means that it is asbestos. If none of this was broken behind me, I probably would just encapsulate it. However, it's broken. There are a whole bunch of pieces down here that are not great. A lot of people think that we just stopped using asbestos altogether, but that's not true. It's still in joint compound, linoleum, and so many other products. Tile will often crumble when you're trying to remove it, which means you get more asbestos in the air, so that's why I'm having a professional remove it for me. We got 2 contractors to come and take a look and give us a quote. We're going with the one that's not just $1,400 cheaper, but it also had a way better, more detailed quote, where this one was really loosey-goosey with what they were doing and how much square footage we had down there to remove. This one gave exact square footage and came with a shit ton of great references. I also spent the day trying to salvage all that wood from the closet I took apart yesterday, and I think I might end up using it for the catio that I'm going to build. And my spouse mouse put these on all the walls so we could have an idea of what it might look like. And they keep asking me about my opinion, and honestly, I just want to break things and then fix things, so I don't have an opinion. So that's day 18. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. I've been so afraid to show you when I mess up. Yesterday I put my ladder somewhere I shouldn't have yesterday while I was working on my gutters, and it cracked it. I quickly realized what I did, and you can see the hamster in my head turning right now. It would be so easy to gloss over this mistake and not show you. But this is day 20 of being a homeowner. And a part of being a homeowner is realizing you made a mistake and that you have to have a creative solution. So I took some of that scrap wood that I got from that closet the other day and I put it inside the gutter for extra support. So I repositioned that ladder, climbed on top of that roof, and then pulled up the gutter where it was falling down. Now this is by no means a permanent fix. This is just for a short while so I could actually finish cleaning my gutters. And I have a limited time and budget to be able to do all these projects every day. So making the 200th trip to the hardware store since I got the house was not in the books for that day. Also make sure that every time that you clean your gutters that you're flushing out your downspout either with a hose or a bucket of water. And as far as showing my mistakes goes, I've been so afraid to show them, I think partially because I'm a trans woman. Like being a woman on the internet is already hard. Like people are already going to talk down to me no matter how many years of experience I have. But you add the extra layer of being a trans person and it just compounds on itself. I feel like I have to have superhuman levels of competence in order to be able to be taken seriously in my job. But I think that's silly because all of us make mistakes, but not all of us are willing to show that to millions of people. But I am, and I think that says a lot. I'll see you tomorrow. Day 22 of being a homeowner, and I feel like I have cut grass so many times. So I think it's time to get a review on this electric lawnmower. This is an 18-volt Ryobi that I got from No Homo Depot that I paid $220 for. I'm going to judge this under 3 categories: durability, performance, and battery life. When it comes to durability, just remember this is a Ryobi and they have a very bad reputation when it comes to durability. And the outer shell is exactly what I thought it was going to be. The casing's fairly thin, the wheels are fine, but I do feel like they're going to break off at some point, and it's not something you're going to pass on to your kids. Now, it's super lightweight, which is not necessarily a bad thing. That could be really accessible for some people. However, the starter switch here gets a lot of bad reviews. So all that considered, for durability, we're going to give it a 6. When it comes to performance, I don't need it to be great. I just need it to get the job done, and I think it does that in spades. Now you can kind of see that it's a choppier cut, which means you might need more overlapping, but I don't really care about perfection, so I'm okay with it. So I think for the price, it does a pretty good job. So for performance, I'm going to give it a 7. Now it's time for the category that everyone wants to know about: battery life. How is it? My 6-amp battery just died after about an hour and a half and about a half an acre of grass. So I'm going to switch over to my 4-amp right now and finish the job. If you're already in the Ryobi family, I think that everything about this lawnmower gets a whole lot better because you already have the necessary batteries. You're not going to have to spoon out more money in order to make sure this could actually do its job. If you got 3 or more 4 amps, you're going to be just fine. So for me, the battery life is going to get about a 7. So overall, it gets a 6.7, and I think that's pretty good for any yard that's under half acre. So for residential use, this is good to go. For commercial use, I would never ever trust this. So see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.